Alrighty, episode 12, horse trails and fire roads. And today I'm on a horse trail. Another cool trail I've never explored before. So I'm really looking forward to walking on new trails and see what cool stuff I find. Just got done with work. Decided before I go home, gotta walk some trails before I go home and do go home and do chores. So let's see what beautiful things we see in the woods today. So I'm gonna shut down for a minute until I see something interesting, and I'll check back in on this walk. And again, I've already violated rule number 1. I walked fast, so I need to slow down my pace. I think, that's a good advice when you're hiking, and it's also good advice in life itself. So I'm gonna slow down my pace, and I'll check back in with you in a little bit. Okay, back and walking slowly now. Today I've been thinking a lot about a line from a poem by Robert Herrick. Gather ye rosebuds while ye may. Old time is a-flying. What blooms today, tomorrow will be dying. And it's a quote. It's burned into my brain because it's so true. We get so busy with work and life, and just getting on that roller coaster or merry-go-round of quote-unquote progress, but we forget about the important things, whether it's family, friends, life, or stuff like this that brings life to so much of the world. And it's important to step back slowly too if you're filming it, but and recognize that look at this beautiful spider. Oh, a golden orb spider, I believe. Works so hard on the spider web, and so many people come by here and just knock this down. But I appreciate the beautiful work that Weaver did, and I'm just gonna go underneath it. And the good thing about this, I know there's no one that has been on this trail in a while, because usually it's knocked down, so I got that going for me. It's another wonderful day in the woods, but any day in the woods is always wonderful. Even if there was a hurricane coming through, I'd be happy. So it's the best thing for the inside is the outside. And I'm really excited because this is a new trail. Well, not trail, well, it's a horse trail, but I've walked so much of this forest, so it's something new I haven't been on before, so that's always good medicine. It's a shame, I think, just because of the growth, urban sprawl and everything. A lot of these horse trails aren't really used a lot. Probably because as the growth encroaches on the forest, there's less horse riders and things like that. And these trails are kind of empty. I don't see a lot of evidence of it. But also, this forest here is really dry. And I think you really need to have some water access for the horses. But it'd be nice to see some horses on the trail, though. I love horses. So, but I'm just going to enjoy the zen of being in the woods. You know, these pine cones are really becoming a tripping hazard for me. They're so big, so. But they are beautiful pine cones for sure. But then again, everything in nature is beautiful. You don't hear it much, but it always aggravates me when I hear signs of civilization. There's an airplane flying above me now, and it just reminds me of all the nonsense of civilization. And it really messes with the nature vibe. I hear some dogs. It could be coyotes, or it could be coyotes always run away from me too. I've never had issues with coyotes, but every once in a while you can come across a wild domestic dog, and because they know they have, you know, a contact with humans, they're not afraid of them, but they can be very vicious. So wild animals are always cautious around humans, but you know, a dog that just becomes feral is really a dangerous creature for sure. So I got to keep my ears and eyes out, and maybe grab I got bear spray, but maybe grab a walking stick or something to hit it on the snout. But if it's just one or two, you're probably all right. But sometimes they're in some pretty large packs, and you know, it could be downright dangerous. So it's funny, people always worry about like alligators, bears, and sharks and things like that, but it's the creatures you're more familiar with that are more dangerous. Like I said, a feral pack of dogs is definitely something that's very dangerous to come across. So if that's the case, I may cut this beautiful walk short if I hear them getting closer. That being said, as always, it's another beautiful walk in the woods, and I can see Lime Rock ahead, so I must be coming close to a fire road up ahead, so I'm curious to see what road it is. So I will check back in when I get to the fire road. This is a bit odd. Apparently someone comes here and does some oystering and scalloping, and I guess they shuck all the clams here, or the shells I should say. And but what's weird is I thought this horse trail would go further into the forest, and it ends at a road. I mean, it's a rural road, there's not a lot of traffic, and I went out to the road and looked around, and it's mostly horse ranches and things like that, which is nice, and hopefully it'll stay that way and not become subdivisions. So I hope it stays this way. I'll say a prayer. You know, that march of urban sprawl I hate, and I'm just one night fighting against it. But hope you enjoyed today's walk.